right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Hakodesh. The belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening onto this truth with heart sincerity. All right, and may the blessing and election be upon your houses. All right, the topic and title of this lesson is pretty much going to be on Jacob's trouble. All right, and these super soldiers. All right, and these different military, weapons. That these devils are getting ready to come down with. In the times of Jacob's trouble, times that we are coming into. All right, we already pretty much seeing, pretty much little precursors and glimpses, of what these devils are working on and some of these devils' weapons. All right. And honestly, they're doing that, for no reason, because they're not gonna win ultimately, man. We know the outcome, of this place, man. Through the spirit power of Yahweh Shema Shah, we got the download. We got the, spiritual insider trading. All right, because the scriptures lets us know what's to happen. All right, what's gonna come. All right. But I want to start with this real quick. This is Matthew, the 24th chapter of verse 20. And it reads, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall ever be." All right. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right. And the times that we are, getting ready to enter into, that time of Jacob's trouble, all right, it's going to be a time that has never, ever before been seen on the planet Earth. All right, it's gonna be the worst time ever, going down, man. Worst time of tribulation, judgment, war, death, famine, pestilence, and so forth, man. All right, you could think of any historical time that has happened on the planet Earth. All right, and times that by 1,000, man. Okay, these are the time that we're getting ready to enter into. Times of Jacob's trouble. We're seeing the dominoes put into place. We're seeing the dominoes, falling. All these things is basically got the ball rolling. We're seeing how, piece by piece, we're getting closer and closer to that time. All right. But I was looking into, I'm gonna pull it up right here. I was looking into, Babylon's super soldier projects and programs and so forth. And there's this company, right? I'm pretty sure it's a military company, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's called DARPA, right? And they specialize in, I guess you could say, like sci-fi, weaponry, right? Things that you would even, know is real, believe is real, right? Things that you've seen in movies, right? A lot of times, in these movies, they'll show you different weapons or things of that sort, and it's really like predictive programming, right? They're showing you what they already got, like getting the masses, used to seeing these type of things, man. All right. But I'm gonna play a little bit on this clip. I'm gonna jump around it a little bit, but this is it right here. Lord, when this is edifying.
DARPA is determined to figure out. Now let's talk about the science behind creating a super soldier. This isn't just about giving soldiers a good workout or better gear. It's about fundamentally changing their biology. DARPA is diving into areas that sound straight out of a sci-fi thriller. One of their key focuses is genetic modification. By studying how certain animals achieve extraordinary feats, like cheetahs running at breakneck speeds or geckos climbing walls, scientists are figuring out how to transfer these traits to humans. With tools like CRISPR, they're experimenting with gene editing to enhance muscle strength, endurance, and even bone density. Imagine soldiers who can run faster, jump higher, and carry heavier loads, all thanks to a little tweak in their DNA. Then there's neural enhancement. DARPA is testing brain-computer interfaces that could eliminate reaction delays. Imagine
and real quick too, right? You see that, they talking about, again, Esau, the mad scientist, right? Talking about playing with your genetics, man. And, as, this was just playing, just reminded me of this movie, right? Came out like 2020 on Netflix. It's called Project Power, with Jamie Foxx. All right. And in that, what they were doing, they were taking these different pills, right? That was basically, you know, in other terms, modifying, quote unquote, modifying their genetics to have, animal like abilities and so forth, man. And that's the same thing they said that they're doing now with that DARPA, right? They're trying to ultimately genetically modify their soldiers to have, strengths like these animals, man. Right? Increase bone density, increase speed, increase agility, increase strength, and so forth, man. Right? These are things that these devils is working on right now, man. All right, and mind you, when a lot of time when you see these things come out to the public start hearing about it, right? You hearing about it like years later, man, decades later. These are things that they've been working on. All right, and matter of fact, I'm gonna show a little clip that they had here. Let me see if I can find it, because it shows you how far back that they were even doing this, man. Because there was a clip that showed of a black and white. If I could find it, or maybe it didn't come up yet. I already seen this. Let me check. All right, it looked like it probably just. Oh no, they showed it. Yep, yeah, they showed it right here. Right, you see where they showed the guy, black white. So they've been, working on these things, man. Right, Esau, the mad scientist, man. All right, this is the devil that we're dealing with, man. All right, when you look into all these different, projects and things that this Babylonian government has worked on and done in the shadows, and a lot of things has been exposed, from the MK Ultras to the Project Blue Beams and so forth, man. It's going to show you the intensive research that these devils is going into, and resource that they're putting into, basically try to achieve these things, man. And why are they doing that, right? These devils know Yahweh Shah's getting ready to come back, man. They trying to go toe to toe with the Lord, man, but it's gonna be to no avail. All right, they got their NASA's, right? They got the telescopes. They have the resources to look into the heavens and the sea, man. They see the chariots of Yahweh Shah, man. All right. So they getting ready to, really hunt down, the elect, try to go to war with the angels and the Lord, right? Right. Brothers have had dreams, visions of being hunted down and chased by super soldiers and, crazy technology that these devils have pulled out, man. Speaking of myself, first and foremost, I had a dream vision of, basically a killer, a robot dog that would hunt you down, right? And it was programmed to anytime it heard the name of the Lord, to basically bug out and basically go full blown Rambo, rampage mode towards whatever direction it heard that the name of the Lord, man. All right. So the devil we dealing with. Let me grab this real quick, man. All right, because these devils want to be like Yahweh Shemau Shai. This is Isaiah the 14th chapter, verse 14. It reads, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." And that is what is in these mad scientists' minds, man. They want to be like the Most High. They want to be the Most High, right? That's why they try to, play with the genetics. They try to recreate blood, right? They try to, do all these different things to be God-like, all right? But they can't, right? No matter how hard they try, no matter what they may achieve, they will never be like the Most High, right? Let's continue on too. Just a little bit more on this.
Controlling a drone with just your thoughts, or receiving tactical updates directly into your brain.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $196.
Salakia for the advertisement.
Like something out of The Matrix, but DARPA has already made progress in this field through their N3 program, short for Next Generation Non-Surgical Neurotechnology. And let's not forget synthetic biology. DARPA is working on regenerative...
Right, so we see him talking about the neurotechnology, right? And we already seen, hey, that's been, a big talk lately with Elon Musk. I believe, I forgot which company it was, man. I think it was him talking about the Neuralink. I don't know if it's coming from that SpaceX company, but talking about Neuralink, man. Talking about N3,
medicine that could one day allow soldiers to regrow lost limbs or recover from injuries in record time. Think of it as Wolverine's healing factor, but in real life. It's the kind of science that blurs the line between human and machine, biology and technology. While biological enhancements are game-changing, DARPA knows the power of wearable technology to amplify human abilities. These are the external tools that turn soldiers into something out of a video game. First up, the Talos exosuit. affectionately dubbed the Iron Man suit. Imagine a soldier wearing a robotic frame that boosts their strength and endurance.
Just
Project
jumping
is
up a
the
little bit
development
here
of
because I want to
autonomous
get this
drones.
right here.
These drones can fly into dangerous zones, gather intel, and even engage with enemies, all without putting human lives at risk. Some of these drones are equipped with AI systems that can make split-second decisions, effectively acting as another soldier on the battlefield. Then there are robotic companions. Think of robotic dogs like Boston Dynamics'
Right? Hey, and this right here, right? A couple years ago, you saw this was showcased in New York, man. Right? The New York Police Department was using this, man. Right? Even in I believe it's Universal Studios or Disney World, one of them, they even have this, man. Right? It's like dressed up in a costume as a dragon for the what's that movie called, man? A Train Your Dragon type of thing, right? So they're basically getting the people comfortable and used to seeing these things as if it's, this your friend, it's just, a companion and so forth. But all the time, these things is getting ready to be, militarized and weaponized, all right, to, basically come at Jake, man. All right. It's gonna be on the streets, man. Right? They're gonna hook up a gun to it and so forth, man. Right? You see that in I forgot what that movie was called, man. But you see it in a movie, man. Right? Where they weaponize this thing, man. All right? These are the things these devils is working on, man. All right?
Spot, but on steroids. These machines can carry supplies, scout dangerous terrain, and even provide emergency medical assistance. Perhaps the most controversial development is AI-powered combat systems. DARPA is exploring how machine learning can predict enemy strategies and suggest counterattacks. But this raises the question, how much control are we...
Yep. So, nevertheless, that's pretty much the point on this clip, man. But this is going to show you, right, the resources, the weapons, the research and so forth that these devils are doing in the shadows, man. There's a lot more that we don't even know about that they're working on in the shadows, man. It even says the whole what do we call autonomous driving, right? Cars that can self-drive, that came from this company right here. They're the ones that created that technology. They were working on that years ago, man. All right, before it came out to the masses, man. All right, so they're in their labs, their bases, creating all these things to create super soldiers and crazy weapons. All right, for the times we coming into, man. All right, when shit pop off, when Jacob's Troll pop off, right? Like it says in the scriptures, a time that has never before been seen, man. Right, this is a time that has never before been seen on the planet Earth, man. So there's about to be a lot of weapons, a lot of super soldiers, a lot of things that you would think is only in a movie, right? Things that people wouldn't even think is real. That's about to be unleashed, man. All right, and seeing a video like this, seeing the different things that they're working on and so forth, goes to show you that, hey, without that hedge of protection of Yahweh Shem Al Shine, these times we're coming into, you're cooked, barbecue chicken, man. So we need Yahweh Shem Al Shine, man. All right. Let's get this. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that is these devils for you, man. Right? We're seeing a lot of, unrighteous decrees, right? A lot of draconian measures getting passed, right? A lot of policies and legislative, things are getting passed, throughout Babylon that is, riling up the people, that is, giving more power to the law enforcement, government and so forth, man. All right. So all these things is going to show us how, pretty much, Trump dropped an article he called I believe it was called like empowering law enforcement or something like that. I did a lesson on that, a while back. And pretty much in other terms, it was pretty much sound like martial law. All right. And it's about to get real out here, man. These devils is getting ready to come down with a great wrath, and best believe, man, they are targeting Jake, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. You are, the first one on these devils hit list, man. All right. That is really who they are coming after, man. That is really who they want, man. Look at history. Look at the track record of these devils, man. They always come for Jake, man. All right, they hate us. All right. This is Leviticus the 26th chapter verse 8. All right, because hey, it don't matter if they got their super soldiers. It don't matter if they got all these different weapons and sci-fi type of weapons and so forth, man. Right? We got the Lord, man. All right? And the Lord about to, give his elect men spiritual powers, man. Right? Think about, you think of a Marvel or DC movie or comic, man. Superman versus a gun, man. That has no effect to him, man. Right? The Lord's getting ready to make his elect men have super spiritual powers, man. In other terms, superpowers, man. What you see in movies and comics. The men of the Lord are getting ready to get that power, man. All right. Let's read Leviticus 26:8, and it reads, "And five of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. Your enemy shall fall before you by the sword." Right? And what type of power is that to have, man, where, a handful of individuals could put hundreds, and thousands to run away in flight, man. Right? That's a out of this world power, man. That is a, out of this dimension power, man. And that is the power that the Lord is getting ready to bestow upon his men, upon his servants, upon the elect. All right. So it don't matter what these devils are working on in their bunkers, their bases, their laboratories, man. All right, because they know, man. Hey, they watch the prophets, man. They know that Yahushua is getting ready to come back. They know the Lord is getting ready to put spiritual power upon his man. All right, that's why they trying to create super soldiers to go toe to toe with the Lord, man. Go to toe to toe with the men of Yahweh Shem Al when that power is given, man. But guess what? They doing all that to no avail. They doing all that for no reason. It's gonna be like taking candy from a baby through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Al Shai. All right. All right. It's Proverbs 18:10. Again, like I said earlier, man. Without that hedge of protection of Yahweh Hashem Al Shai, you cooked out here, man. We're gonna need the Lord, man. We're gonna need the names of the Lord. Again, that's why it's important to know the true name of the Lord, man. Right? Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous running into it and is safe, man. There is power in the names of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. There is true power in those names, man. All right. Especially the in the Lashawan Kodash, man, the Paleo Hebrew, man, the ancient tongues, man. The true holy language, man. There's true power in that. All right. So yes, we know what these devils working on in the shadows, man. We may not know all the different weapons and stuff they're working on, but for the most part, man, we got a pretty good gist of it, man. All right. But we serve it. How about Shem Al Shai? All right. And the Lord already told us how it's going to play out, man. The Lord already told us the ending outcome of this, man. And we know the Lord is not one to lie. The Lord keeps his word. All right. So we need to continually do everything that we must do to be found pleasing in the sight of Shem Al Shai. Continually have that hedge of protection over us and seek and cleave unto the Lord, man. Continually making our bodies a living sacrifice unto Yahweh Shem Al Shai, man. So we can have that hedge of protection over us because we are going to need it, man. All right. Because trying to go, toe to toe, versus, these super soldiers, these demons, trying to go toe to toe versus these super soldiers in other terms, man. Without having that hedge of protection, without, Yahweh Shem Al Shai dealing with you, hey, you're cooked, man. We're gonna need divine intervention, man. All right. But hey, this is just a quick lesson showing you, what these devils getting ready to unleash, But hey, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect of Israel. With that being said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kwakwadash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel. Peace, blessings, salutations to those for elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with our sincerity. Until next time, shalom, and a ball, Kwame Nasharallah, shalom.